this week. James Wade missing last week. Back this week as a seed against Justin Pipe, unseeded. Was a seed for many, many months, if not years. But now, scrapping his way through Friday. Played decent yesterday against Richie Edhouse. I think his doubles were good. His visits to get rid of those doubles were excellent. And that's what he needs to do against James today.
Yeah, good performance from Justin Pipe in seeing off Richie Edhouse yesterday. As you said, James Wade returns as the number 3 seed for this tournament. They've met 12 times on the professional tour, these two. James Wade winning 10 of those clashes.
Well, he's obviously someone who is very good against the more methodical type player, which Justin Pipe definitely is.
To throw first. Game on.
One of the two that Justin won was his biggest career win, actually, the very first European Tour event in Austria. 2012, Justin Pipe beat James Wade 6-3 in that final.
Seems like such a long time ago, doesn't it?
Yeah, well,
makes you sick.
100.
Well, we're looking at two players who have completely different methods in the game. James with the upright angle of entry of the dart and the board.
60.
Justin the exact opposite way. Likes them to land flat, if not flight to the floor.
Yeah, since then, James Wade's eclipsed that achievement of Pipe and won 2 European Tour events, including one this year.
Yeah, that was some tournament. Beating Chizzy in the final.
57.
You don't often see the finals go that close. I mean, we had one last week with Hybrechts and Suljevic, but obviously no disrespect to those guys whatsoever,
100.
because it had its own drama. But that game with Chisnell and Wade was just absolutely sensational. Really enjoyed watching that from home.
Is this the first maximum of this match? It is. Justin Pipe filling up the treble, and he's first to a finish in a flash.
It's interesting, isn't it, that who would you put as favourite for this match? Obviously, James is the seed,
54.
number 3 seed. It's not an accident.
64.
But I think there was a lot for Justin to take away from yesterday's game. I really do. It wasn't his most vintage performance, but there was a lot of positives. And when you think about it that way, you bring that into a game like this.
140.
And he's definitely got his scoring boots on.
Well, the odds compilers have James Wade, the world number 6, as an odds-on favourite to win this match. But Justin Pipe
82.
is well clear in this opening leg. And it could be a very, very tidy 13-dart hold if he finds double 12, which he does.
The first leg, Justin Pipe,
Wow,
James
right in the middle as well.
First.
No messing around. What a perfect start for Pipey.
180, 13-darter, first dart double. But Wade has got a response.
180.
Here's one for you, Murph. Do we call James Wade a veteran now? I think we should.
I'm sure he'd have something to say about that.
Well, we can't call him a youngster anymore. He's over the 30 mark.
I regard that as a youngster
100.
myself, Paul.
You would, because you're about the same age as James, is that right?
Yeah, just turned 30 myself.
But he's been around since he was 17. I remember he won the Swiss Open
140.
something like 13 years ago. And he announced himself onto the circuit. A couple of years after that, he joined the PDC, and he was hitting 9 darters what seemed like every week. He was in danger of actually getting the nickname 009.
60.
I think he held that nickname for a while. He's had a few before he settled on the machine. Yeah, we always get excited when a player hits a 180 at the start of a leg, but we should know better on the European Tour. We've not had a 9-dart leg for 3 years. There has been a 9-darter today. We should just mention Rob Cross on the Challenge Tour, the leader of the Challenge Tour, who is looking likely to get his tour card by winning that. He's hit a 9-darter today, so well done, Mr. Cross.
140.
I echo that.
100.
I don't actually live that far from Rob. He lives in Hastings in Sussex. And he's been a very, very good player this year on the Challenge Tour. It looks like he is going to get
40.
that tour card, and we might see him on the European Tour next year.
Well, Robin Hood shot there from James Wade. He should have left 40 points. He's left 60. He got a bit unlucky. His final dart went into the back of the flight.
57.
It's all right,
Danger
though.
requires 60.
60 is like shelling peas for Wade, usually. Might have to move. Is he going to prove me right? He's
20.
had a couple of nasty deflections there, but
Justin, you require 144.
well, 8 times out of 10, you've got to say it. He's coming back for that tops.
Well, it would really be a killer blow if this was to go in, and he is a third of the way there. Oh, and that's just rested on the top wire. Wade, he can breathe a sigh of relief and return for tops.
96.
No,
Danger
can
requires
he put it right?
40.
Clean bed, clean shot.
in the
1-1.
second leg.
Simple as that.
G-Way.
Well, the winner of this game
Third
gets
leg, Justin to throw first.
Alan
Game on.
Morris, a.k.a. Chuck, who, by his own admission when talking to me this morning, had one of the worst games of his life last week. But he says he's fixed it all. Says he's going to play a lot better today. We will see him actually in the next game, so won't be long before we find out.
180.
I wonder who he's going to play. This has started off pretty well, Murph.
Yeah, well, he's got to beat Andy Jenkins in the next game first. Let's not get ahead of ourselves. Jenkins, this has started off fantastically. Both players hitting their second 180s.
Thank you for correcting me there, because I was halfway through what I was going to say, and Justin rudely interrupted me with a 180. But yeah, he's playing Jenks next. Andy Jenkins, who had a very good victory last
100.
night. So it's an interesting section of the draw. I like the idea of James Wade versus Andy Jenkins, just for obvious reasons, because they go way back. And there's a lot of ego on the
60.
stage between those two when they play each other. However, we'll put that aside. It would be just as interesting if Justin Pike played Alan Morris.
No seeds have exited this tournament yet. Robert Thornton, Terry Jenkins, Gerwin Price and Mensur Suljovic all through so far. Some did it fairly
60.
more comfortably than others, it's fair to say. Terry Jenkins surviving 6 missed match darts by Zoran Lurchbacher. But Mensur Suljovic whitewashed Vincent Camphouse in the last match.
60.
He did.
Justin, you
And
recall
I think what Camphouse has got to do is
161.
he's got to focus on the fact that he's made a big stride this week and take that into further qualifiers for more events in the future. He's definitely took a step in the right direction. Oh, Justin, you've got 84 left. He's looking for a 25 to be
84.
59, so he's obviously looking at 2 shots at a double. With 77, he's only guaranteed 1, providing that he doesn't miss one of the larger segments. And Wade not really putting any pressure on
59.
this.
Justin, you require 77.
Justin Pipe down to 22 in the rankings at the moment. He had been a top 16 player, flirted with the top 10 for a while, but he's been a top 16 player for a few years. He's down to 22nd, so looking to change that curve to an upward one.
Yeah, he is. I'm not so sure about that shot, you know. He's only got a shot at the bull now. So you hit the 19,
46.
you hit an 18, you got
Danger
tops.
require
You hit a 15,
142.
a 12, you only got the bull.
And maybe that Wade being on a big finish was in his thinking there, but
54. Justin, you require
could prove a
31.
mistake because he's now still coming back, having to split this, and
Probably going to be 15, because he does like 16s in it. He likes the bottom left corner, so no damage done if he hits this. Oh,
No
was it the
score.
wrong one? Now, all of a sudden, the door's
Danger
open for
require
Wade.
88.
well, this is a typical James Wade moment. He picks pockets for fun on the hockey. Needs 18 for the bullseye or treble for double 7. It is the bullseye. And he pins it. James Wade. Justin Pike
James
getting into a little bit of a mess with his
Well,
choices of
James
finishing at the end of that leg. And James Wade runs away with it, pinning the bullseye for an 88 checkout and a breaker throw.
I don't know if you heard that.
100.
When he hit that ball, that was a proper thump, wasn't it? That was a really good dart. No sign of any wires, no messing about. Boom, right in the middle. And that will give James Wade a little bit of pep in his step.
He seems to have this ability that he's had for years, that's won him all the major titles that he's won. But he just seems to be able to concentrate himself at the crucial moments when he sees a little opportunity to jump all over it. He is literally like the darting equivalent of a fox in the box who just sees his moment
100.
and applies the finish.
Well, I think he gets a secret kick out of the fact that if someone doesn't want to take a leg on their throw, for instance, like it was there, he'll say, well, if you don't want it, I'm going to have it. You give him one poke at it, and he's done it, like you say, for well over 10 years now. It's been probably his best quality as a dart player.
137.
Yeah, finishes between sort of 61 and, well, even up to sort of 124. James Wade just seems to have the knack of taking them out.
140.
Well, he's got a favourite, hasn't he? Well, a lot of people think he has a favourite because of the amount of times he hits it. 104, 60, 4 and tops. You look back at the records, the amount of times he has hit that nice and clean, it is quite frightening.
So there you see the checkout stats.
137. Johnny Jericho 161.
Wade hitting half of his doubles. He hit the bullseye in the last leg. Now, if he hits a treble 17 here, he could get another shot at it. Well, that's not far away, but Pipe, well, he could end up with a shot at the bullseye himself.
137. Justin Jericho 130.
One thing I do know is that Wade, he does like 12s. So he's in a corner of the board that he likes. What's Justin doing here?
I think George Noble called. Did George Noble call 130, or has Justin got this wrong?
Well, I'm not sure. We're going to have to look into this. Because if he's got 129, he definitely didn't want that second 20.
Just corrected 130 on the screen.
105.
Well,
Yeah, it was a graphic that was wrong.
24.
confused slightly there, but we won't be confused about this if it goes in. Well, we know he likes this corner of the board.
18.
Oh, he didn't like that at all,
Justin
did he?
Jericho 25.
25 left for Pipe. He will be going for 9, I assume. Oh, bottom corner, sneaks in. And
Justin Pipe.
he'd bust his shot in the last leg, hitting the double 16, and that wasn't far away from doing exactly the same thing. But at the end of the day,
Fifth leg, Justin
he's
to
returned the
throw
breaker
first.
throw immediately. Wade, he had his chances, but it's 2-2.
Yeah, he's not going to rush back to the hockey. He's going to do it in his own
Game
time, perfectly within his rights to do that. Take a few deep breaths, sip of water, and say, right, okay, let's go again. That breaker throw wasn't for long. It was only for one leg. Did say it was a contrast of styles.
100.
It really is.
But
Ja-
it's,
James likes to get on with it, doesn't he?
yeah, he certainly does. And he's getting on with filling this treble up here.
180.
I think that's the third time already in this match that Wade has started a leg with a 180.
Encouraging signs for the machine. I tell you what, I think he's just dragging Justin into this game. This is a good standard, I think.
Well, Pipe replied in kind last time.
121.
Deflection takes it into the 1. Well, 4 perfect darts. 5, 6. So James Wade starts the leg with back-to-back maximums. Now, we said it hasn't happened for over 3 years on the European Tour. Ross Smith is probably the only person who doesn't want him to hit this. But when James Wade returns, he wants 141 for perfection.
Right, he wants perfection. He wants the leg first, but he still wants 81 points. Oh, I was trying not to get too excited.
93.
Right, I'm going to apologise to anybody, James. It's been a great leg so far.
Yeah, like you said, the important thing, this is against a throw as well, so just getting the leg
Is huge.
He'll come back for 48. He'll go 8 tops. We know that about James Wade.
Yeah, you can probably count on about 2 hands the amount of times in his whole career that he's purposefully left double 16.
81. Danger require 48.
It is an 8. Is it a tops? It might be a tens. Ooh.
28.
Now,
Justin, you require 180.
We've
has he got your number with 118?
we've seen some pickpocketing going on in the last few legs, and Justin Pipe looking to do that again, but he needs to find a treble. That's not a bad dart, though, for him. As we can see, down the board, double 19. Oh, he's hit it. So James Wade, having thrown 7 perfect darts at the start of that leg, ends up losing it as Pipe pops in a 118 finish.
Oh, he said pickpocketing. This is like a
59.
Charles Dickens novel. There's been that much going on. Very intriguing stuff. If it keeps going on like this, we have got absolutely no clue who's going to win this match.
Yeah, it started off the best of times for James Wade in that leg, but ended with the worst of times as Justin Pipe found the double 19. And again, it was another little sneaky one in the bottom corner as the previous leg on double 8.
Are you flexing your scholaring muscle there with the Charles Dickens
57.
reference?
That's all I've got.
Oh, I was going to say, if it wasn't, then I'll have to ask Matthew Dennant, who is a scholar.
100.
Yeah, we haven't seen commentators quoting Dickens since the great late Sid Waddell.
Good match this one so far, both finding treble with apparent ease.
140.
You've got to think that maybe Justin Pipe is drawing on the experience of beating James on a European stage in a final. You know, if I played
81.
someone previously in a big game on a big stage, you know, you think about what you did right in that match and you try and replicate. And the thing at the moment is that Justin, at this point in time, will say to himself that, yes, I haven't been playing my best darts lately, but here I have an opportunity
58.
to really start kicking on again. Make people notice that Justin Pipe is on the rise. And what better than to try and eliminate
140.
who is the third ranked player in this tournament.
Yeah, the third seed, the 6th in the PDC Order of Merit, just been jet setting around the world as one of the chosen ones for the World Series events, Premier League player.
Well, I'll tell you one thing, when it comes to Justin's games these days,
58.
it doesn't take a psychologist to find out what's going on in his head.
Yeah, he's one of those players that doesn't leave you guessing.
Well, one thing I like about
81.
James's game, though, is it's very easy to predict. He has his game plan, I've said that a million times. But with his finishing, it's very, very old school. So if he's got 104, he's not going to go 18s to lead double 16. He's not going to start hitting 2 treble 17s and stuff like that. He's
94.
very, very
So
conventional.
you require 40.
There's nothing new school about this.
Well, you talked earlier about should we call him a veteran. He's certainly one of the most experienced dart players on the circuit. He hits double top there, but the visit before showed that because he was not interested in going for the bullseye. And we've seen, certainly yesterday, a lot of the unseeded players go for the bullseye when they really didn't need to and get themselves in a bit of a twist.
Yeah,
And James Wade just treble 17, single 10, come back and hit the tops, no dramas, and level the match.
Yes, simple as that. And my view, he is a
100.
veteran. I mean, you play on the PDC circuit for 10, 11 years. You learn lessons. You learn new skills. You know how to handle certain situations.
100.
I mean, I fear to think how many best of 11 matches he's played in that time. Obviously, before the incarnation of the Pro Tour and the European Tour, there used to be a different format. It used to be best of 3 sets. Or best of 5 sets, and each set was best of 3 legs. But these days, a lot of the time,
100.
it's best of 11 legs, and the more you play it, the more you get used to the idiosyncrasies and the little developments and the tactics to do with best of 11 darts.
100.
But James Wade, one of only 5 players to win more than one European Tour event. Justin Pipe has won 1, but the other 4, Michael Van Gerwen, he's got 12. Then Phil Taylor 4, Michael Smith 3, and Wade and Huybrechts on 2. Whenever you mention achievements in
55.
darts, whether it's major titles, European titles, Pro Tour titles, James Wade's name is always up there on that roll of honour.
Well, he's got a bit of everything, isn't he? He's won a Masters, which at the time, well, still isn't ranked.
100.
A couple of Grand Prix, a couple of UK Opens. There's only one thing missing, really. World title.
Yeah, he came very close. Back in 2012, when we had the Draftgate episode with Adrian Lewis.
And you've got to say that there is
60.
still that glimmering possibility with his talent that a world title is still possible.
Best player never to win one.
Oh, now you've opened a can of worms.
100.
I'll come back to you on that
Well,
one.
a couple of years ago, people were debating whether it was Wade or Gary Anderson, and now Gary Anderson has smashed that argument to bits by winning a couple himself.
I'm going to say it's a tie with Mervyn King.
40.
Think about what Mervyn has
James
achieved in the
require
game,
101.
along with what James has achieved. I think there's definitely a case for both guys.
Wade looking for treble 19 to leave a double, but you'd expect him to be
81.
back.
Justin, you
Left
require
double 10.
146.
We were talking last week in Risa about doubles on the board that you'd want someone to hit if your life was threatened. Wade is 10s, Suljovic is 14s, Thornton's tops. At the moment, probably Kim Huybrechts or Mervyn King on double 16.
60.
Well, you've called it. Let's see what state we're
James,
in,
you
Paul,
require
after
20.
this visit from James Wade.
Yeah, is it a flat line?
Oh,
Well,
thank
You've
you.
got in the 7th flag. James Wade.
7 legs in. Wade
8th
is
flag,
up.
James to throw first.
He's not only in
Game
front,
on.
he's a break up as well, which could prove pretty vital. But we have had a few breaks to throw in this match already.
Yeah, average is just above the 90 mark, so
57.
not spectacular for the standard of these two players, but another decent battle.
Yeah, the stats tell us that it is very even. There's not a lot between them, but there's one thing James Wade's really good at. He can scrap. You get him in a 5-5, and he has a statistic, if I can put my tongue back in.
100.
I would love to see how many 6-5 matches James Wade has been a part of in the last 10 years and how many times he's won. Because I have never seen anybody in the world of darts
100.
that was better in sudden death than him. Definitely putting it out there.
He's well known as one of these players who seems to be able to win when sometimes he's not seemingly playing as well as his opponent. He can go 5, 6, 7 points less on the average, but
100.
his finishing gets him out of trouble, and so far Pipe's got a better checkout percentage as well in this match, but James Wade is ahead in the only stat that really matters.
120.
And that's twice that he's found the back of one of the darts already in the board.
You know what it is with James, you know, aside from, you know, winning matches and majors and tiles and stuff like that, the only statistic he's even bothered about is the horsepower on his car.
Mm-hmm.
I think one of his greatest strengths
140.
is his ability to just be in the moment in a dart match and just do what's necessary. It's a very, very strong ethic that a lot of players would dearly love to have,
60.
that he has had for
Justin,
quite a
you require
while.
161.
But you said there's been breaks in this match. Could we be staring at another one right now? I'll tell you what, there's disdain on the face of Justin Pipe for that first dart.
99. James, you require 164.
Well, 164 stands between James Wade and a 5-3 lead, but Pipe will return for 62 to break back again.
54. Justin, you require 62.
Well, he wants to take this out because James, he's in that little bracket between 101 and 124.
So treble 10 for double 16. 20 now for double 16. One dart at double.
Well, he has hit it. It was the wrong time last time. This time it's
in
the right
charge in
time.
the 8th flag, Justin Pipe.
Well, he's having a staring contest with that double. I think Justin Pipe definitely won that one.
Well, there's only ever been one leg between these two players in this
9th
match.
flag, Justin to throw first.
And we're now effectively
Game
down
on.
to a best of 3 contest. And Pipe will have the throw in 2 of those 3 legs. Not that it seemed to matter in this game so far.
Back in 2008, 2009, when Justin Pipe joined the tour, everybody thought he was really slow. I just looked at him and thought he's pretty deliberate. You know, if someone's slow, it's just their game.
40.
Over the course of the next few years, when he started to get better and then he eventually started to win titles, I actually thought he was getting faster. What I can see from yesterday and today, I think he's slowing up a bit again.
26.
I think he's going more towards what he was like 4 or 5 years ago when he started picking up titles. So maybe, upon maybe, he's been looking at some of the footage from a few years back and just seeing what he did right. And I think that's a really good thing to do sometimes. You've got to be
41.
man enough to look at the games that you lost and see what you did wrong and then rectify it.
Well, it's been a slow start to this leg from both players. Not a treble in sight so far.
57.
I did say that James Wade likes a scrap now and again, but he doesn't want to be leaving himself 4-18 after 6.
Yeah, I don't think he's toying with his opponent.
Well, at least I hope not.
Here we go. Normal service resumed. Checking his score. You've got a long way to go yet, Justin.
138.
I like what Terry Jenkins said earlier on, by the way, about he was scrapping away and he just didn't want to let Andy Jenkins go above him in the rankings. I thought that was a nice light
41.
touch. Because if Jenkins playing next against Chuck, Al Norris, we could be looking at playing one of these 2 guys, but at the moment we have no idea who's going to win this match. It is so even.
100.
Yeah, we're not sure how James Wade is feeling. He was out last weekend with a virus.
100.
Dan mentioned in the last match that happened in Australia. Almost kept him out of the Perth Masters, but he battled on there. But he's playing, so we assume that he's made a full recovery.
Well, what we've got to take into consideration as well is the fact that he's been down under and it's winter over there. Admittedly, it's
100.
slightly warmer winter. But when you're going between different climates, it does mess with your health. But James has been doing this for a long time.
140.
Going to South Africa,
Doesn't you require
America,
82.
the Far East, Australia, New Zealand. Just get used to it.
Right then, Pipe Bull for double 16. That's okay because he can go 17 for tops. Double top to move within a leg of sending the first seed home. This comes
62.
underneath.
Does you require 137.
Oh, well, he's not going to go conventional for this one. It could be tops.
Why not?
Oh,
Why
it
not?
could be tops. Oh, what a effort from
97.
Wadey. That would have been an absolute
Justin, you
blockbuster.
require 20.
Heart in the mouth there. Justin Pipe there, I think. As if to say, oh, no.
Well, he's really composed himself, Pipe. Just getting his breath back after watching James Wade miss the second attempt at double top for the 137, and Pipe now is 1 leg away from sending James Wade home, but Wade has a throw in this one, and he's making a very, very good start.
140.
Yeah, excellent start. Do you think Justin Pipe is focused? God, the way he's staring down those doubles when he hits them. Fair play to him. This is a good performance so far from the man from the southwest of England. And if James Wade, like you said, if he's going to get himself into a sudden death leg, he's going to have to win this leg first.
Yeah, well, 140 both players started with. James Wade will have at least that. He'll have more than that this visit. It looking very likely that we'll be going all the way, but let's see what Pipe has in response to that.
Well, I'll tell you what, when I say things like he's the best sudden death player ever, I sort of knew I was going to be put on the spot.
Yeah, setting yourself up for a fall perhaps.
64.
But, well, we'll see.
Yeah.
Could be proved right. You're right on that double 10 earlier on.
Yeah, I do like a bungee jump, so set myself up for a fall.
He's
There's
finishing-
nothing new.
He's finishing there. He's uncharacteristically low.
65.
It is. It's not disastrously low, you know, but it's not James Wade-like. I mean, we always look at the very worst, somewhere between 30 and 40%.
Yeah, you said the standard these days is 50% and above for the top players. Pipe actually 63% there.
That's exceptional.
55. Change required 116.
Well, he likes this finish. He might have to use a double that he doesn't like. Oh, is he going to go 12s?
60.
I tell you what, he'd rather hit the single there. He doesn't want to go for double 8. He'll use it if he has to, but now at least he leaves tops and it isn't on the bottom left of the board. Somewhere where we haven't seen him all match. Nothing new.
So he will be coming back. Provided he hits the big 16 for 2 darts,
100.
a double top.
Require 56.
Unless he goes under it, could be one at 10s, but double top he's hoping for now, and he gets it right in the middle.
10 flag.
And 10 legs
James
played,
Wade.
10 legs shared. Paul Nicholson says that James
11
Wade is the
final leg,
best
Justin
deciding leg
to
player in
throw
darts or
first.
something like that,
Game
but he's
on.
got to break Justin Pipe's throw to prove your theory right.
Is it going to be commentator's curse? Or am I going to be proved right? I'm not going to say yet again because it doesn't happen all the time.
So we will see the next 2 or 3 minutes.
We started a lot of legs, Wadey,
100.
with a big score. Steady start from Justin. And that's pretty perfect.
140.
Well, it's intriguing. It's very intriguing.
Yeah,
Justin still got the throw, but Wade in front by 40.
well, Wade outscoring him on the first visit. We said we've not seen a seed go yet. I mean, we've only played 4 matches since the seeds have been in, but last weekend you kept seeing seeds tumble and the draw just opened up. The number 3 seed going out would be a massive
40.
boost for some of the players in this tournament, I'm sure.
Yeah,
None more so than the guy that is hoping to knock him out, but that is unlucky there from Justin Pipe.
yeah.
Only scoring 40, and James Wade, it's level, he's already taken the throw.
After one throw.
100.
What an anchor dart that was. The bed was open on the bottom right-hand side, but maybe, just maybe, there's been a bit of equipment damage for Justin's darts. So he may need some running repairs here.
Yeah, Pipe performing repairs. A wry smile from George Noble. James Wade is not too happy about this, it seems.
Well, when your dart is damaged, something's got to be replaced. And it doesn't just upset the rhythm of the opponent, it actually upsets yours too.
You can imagine in the heat of the battle, though, your opponent can start to think you're up to a few of the dark arts of darts.
Well, Wadey's not one of those guys you want to do it against because,
57.
you know, he'll just think, you know what, the only way to keep you quiet is to beat you.
Well, this will keep him quiet. Another treble.
140.
And he's thrown 9 darts and he's down to a 1-2-1 finish.
Yeah, sensational scoring from the machine. Really impressive stuff. It hasn't happened for Justin in this leg. But if he gets a 180 here, minimum 140 he needs.
Justin
Otherwise, Wade
81.
now 6 starts from 1-2-1. Staring a victory in the face.
a finish he often takes in 3, but he won't be interested in that now. He just wants to get this match won. Sensibly stays up the board.
65.
Takes 65 off, it leaves 56. That's the exact finish that he got in the previous leg. Can Pipe apply any pressure, or will Paul Nicholson's prophecy be proved right when James Wade returns?
137 would help.
137.
It does
Change
help.
required 56.
But he's got to rely on Wade missing. And he didn't miss this in the last leg. And he hasn't
Great
missed it
shot.
here.
And that's
6
James
by Wade.
Wade.
And the best player in a sudden death leg, in my opinion, in the world, has proved it once more. Great performance from both guys. It was a very, very tough match. And the number 3 seed progresses.
He does, and we'll be back to see who James Wade will play in the next round when Alan Norris and Andy Jenkins do battle in just a moment. Before that, we'll hear from your winner. James Wade comes through 11 leg thriller against Justin Pipe.
Justin Pipe. Die anschließenden Sendungen, liebe Zuschauer, verzögern sich um ca. 40 Minuten. Wir sind ein bisschen zurück im Zeitplan. Das hat mal wieder etwas länger gedauert bei Justin. James, congratulations. Sometimes you need to be patient to have success. A long match.
Yeah, there's patient. I've got more grey hair. I don't want any more grey hair. No, you know, that's the way he plays. I felt he got a little bit slower than he normally does, but you know, that's Justin. You know, he's very methodical. He's very calculated. You know, if he feels he needs to go slower, he'll go slower. And I struggled. You know, there's no secret there. But that's how it is. And he's terrible at dancing. His kids are ashamed of him.
Der Breakdancer Justin Pipe. Okay. That's actually kind of interesting, a dance battle on that stage. You were in Australia. You played the World Series end of August. Had a great time?
Yeah, I had a great time, you know, but also, you know, that little move I just done, I watched you in a nightclub and, you know, I watched you dance and I just thought that's where I need to be. So, you know, that's what I've done.
Okay. James, see you tomorrow again. Thank you very much. James Wade, den sehen wir also morgen wieder. Hat eben noch gesagt, also das ist einfach so, wenn du gegen Justin Pipe spielst, dann weißt du genau, was auf dich zukommt. Er spielt langsam, es ist einfach sein Spiel, du musst dich daran gewöhnen, du musst damit zurechtkommen, ansonsten hast du ein Problem. Und